Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Monday, July 19th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. COVID-19 cases in Thailand have surpassed 400,000 as the kingdom set a new record for most COVID deaths in one day this past Saturday with 141. Thailand saw over 21,000 cases over the weekend after 141 deaths on Saturday and 100 deaths on Sunday were reported. Today, COVID-19 deaths reached 81, and we've hit a new record high of 11,784 daily cases today. The new total is now 415,170 cases for the kingdom, and a death toll of 3,422 since the pandemic began. For Phuket, cases currently stand at 826, including cases over the weekend, with 99 patients still receiving medical care. Most cases are in Wichit with 109, then Patong with 92, while Phuket Town and Rasada have 87 each. A new set of restrictions have been announced for Phuket and will come into effect at midnight tonight, including no alcohol served at restaurants before 9 p.m., shopping malls and department stores must close at 9 p.m., and all domestic arrivals from anywhere in the country must have a negative COVID test result to enter the island, along with documents proving they've been fully vaccinated for COVID-19. The new order was published online after 9 p.m. on Sunday night and will go into effect at midnight tonight after the island saw 19 cases from Friday to Sunday. Phuket Governor Narong Buncheo said the new infections were mostly among people who had recently arrived on the island. This new order says domestic arrivals from all over the country must be fully vaccinated and have a negative COVID test result issued no more than 7 days prior to entering Phuket. The requirements do not apply to children under 6 years old. This specifically is an expansion of last week's order, which only specified arrivals from 34 red zone and dark red zone provinces, including Bangkok and the surrounding provinces. Phuket health officials on Friday confirmed that test results from home test kits would not be accepted by officers screening arrivals wanting to enter the island. As for leaving Phuket, officials say there are no requirements to leave, but they're asking people to stay on the island for the time being. Other restrictions announced include the closing of the checkpoint onto the island for all vehicles from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. nightly. All shopping malls, shopping centers, internet cafes, and department stores must close at 9 p.m., and kids' amusement zones must remain closed. 24-hour convenience stores must close from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. nightly. Public gatherings are now limited to 150 people with permission by authorities. Billiards and snooker halls can only open from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Movie theaters, theme parks, water parks, gyms, and fitness centers can open as normal. Gatherings for drinking in public areas remains prohibited. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The Thai government added 3 more provinces to the dark red zone maximum control category and imposed a lockdown with a 9 p.m. nightly curfew to 13 total provinces, including Bangkok. And they're also having flights out of these areas grounded for the next few weeks. The dark red zone provinces now include Ayutthaya, Chonburi, and Chachoengsao, and all 13 of these provinces will now have a 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. curfew, which will go into effect on Tuesday until August 2nd. In addition, these 13 provinces will see shopping malls close at 8 p.m., and while the ban on dine-in eateries continues as well, wet markets and convenience stores must close from 8 p.m. with public transport done at 9 p.m. All domestic flights serving passengers traveling into and out of Bangkok and other areas designated dark red COVID-19 high-risk zones will also be banned from Wednesday, July 21st until further notice, following an order by the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand. The only exception is domestic flights to the sandbox provinces of Phuket and now Koh Samui. All airlines were ordered to take action to assist any passengers affected by the flight ban, including flight cancellations and rescheduled flights. Checkpoints are also being set up to restrict the movement of people within these 13 provinces. This all comes as Thailand deals with the rising number of cases and COVID deaths over the weekend. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket Extra will be back after this.
Did you service your car in the last 6 months? Come to the new My Car Repair Quick Service Workshop at Monument. Using only the highest quality products imported from Germany and professional mechanics at the best price. Guaranteed fast service to give you lower fuel consumption and longer engine life.
Welcome back to Phuket Extra. A leaked letter between the Thai government and AstraZeneca Incorporated was released over the weekend and shows that Thai officials knew since last year that the local manufacturer of their vaccine, Siam Bioscience, could only produce about 3 million doses per month. They actually produce about 5 to 6 million doses per month for the country. The letter was posted over the weekend by Xtra news agency and was sent by Vice President for Global Corporate Affairs of AstraZeneca Incorporated to the Public Health Minister Anutin on June 25th, explaining that the royally owned Siam Bioscience manufacturing facility would be able to make about 15 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine per month, with just under 35% reserved for Thailand and the rest to be exported to neighboring countries. The letter states that Thailand placed an order in January for 26 million doses and then again in May for 35 million doses, for a total of 61 million. The letter also states that the Thai government in September of last year agreed to buy only 3 million doses per month, and that AstraZeneca hopes Thailand should be pleased that it is now receiving 5 to 6 million doses a month. The letter also said that AstraZeneca encouraged Thailand to join the COVAX vaccine sharing facility and to buy directly from manufacturers, although Thailand did not join COVAX. Siam Bioscience received a 600 million baht government subsidy for upgrades, and they had been contracted to make 175 million AstraZeneca vaccine doses, of which 61 million would go directly to Thailand. Thai health officials had repeatedly claimed this year that they were to inoculate 70% of the population, mostly with the AstraZeneca vaccine, by year's end, which would require 10 million doses a month until the end of the year. But last week, the Deputy Public Health Minister said that AstraZeneca asked to extend the timeline for the delivery of 61 million doses until May of next year. In an interview with Xtra news agency this weekend, Minister Anutin said the government expected the company to roll out more than 1/3 for Thailand. Officials say the AstraZeneca vaccine is much more effective in combating the Delta and Beta variants of COVID-19 compared with the Sinovac vaccine. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Just a year after the first anti-government protest took place, sparking a wave of street demonstrations, activists were marching down the street in Bangkok over the weekend, heading from Democracy Monument to the government house where the Prime Minister works, only for police to use tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets in their response. The protests on Sunday began at Democracy Monument with over 1,000 people joining, and activists planned to march to the government house, but about 2,000 police had mobilized according to reports, setting up barricades to keep protesters from reaching the government house. After protesters began dismantling the barricades and roadblocks, and some threw projectiles at police, authorities used water cannons to push protesters back, along with rubber bullets and tear gas canisters, according to reports. While anti-government organizations called the end of the protests at about 6 p.m., the standoff continued until before the 9 p.m. curfew last night. Protesters were calling for the resignation of the premier and the government at large, saying they mishandled the COVID-19 pandemic, the vaccination rollout, and the potential for a recovery. For more, visit the link in the description. Thank you so much for joining us today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. Check us out again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.